So now I'm going to show you a nice technique for dividing decimals. What we're going to do is change these to nicer numbers. The trick is to turn the number that you're dividing by, so in this case 0.009 is being fitted into 0.72. We're going to multiply it until we get a whole number. So I want this to really be 9. So my 9 has to move 1, 2, 3 spaces. Remember that the decimal point doesn't count as a space. So we're going to have to multiply by 1,000 because we need it to move 3 spaces. Now, to keep them in the same ratio, and I'm going to explain why in a second, we need to multiply this one by 1,000 as well. This means, and I'm just going to draw some markers in to help myself, that our 7 needs to move 3 places. So we're going to move 1, 2, 3. So that means that our 7 is going to be here, our 2 is going to be here, then we end up with 0.00. Now, these zeros don't mean anything, so I'm just going to work with 720. There's no point these being here, there's no point writing a decimal point, because it's not adding any extra information, it's just telling us that we have no tenths and no hundredths. So don't bother to work with them, don't make your life hard. Now what we're going to do is to divide them through. So the number that you're dividing through by is the number that you're trying to fit into the bus stop. And then the number that it's being divided into goes into the bus stop. So now we can do how many 9's go into 7? None. So I'm going to cross it through and carry it. How many 9's go into 72? Well, that's 8. And we can cross it through because we have no remainders. And then how many 9's go into 0? Well, that's 0. So this means that 720 divided by 9 equals 80. It also means that 0.72 divided by 0.009 also equals 80. And I'm going to show you why right now. Notice that 0.8 divided by 4 equals 0.2. Then if we did 8 divided by 40, so we're timesing all of the numbers by 10, we'd still end up with 0.2. If I divided 80 by 400, I'd still end up with 0.2. As long as you manipulate both numbers in exactly the same way, they stay in the same proportion or the same ratio, so the answer will always be the same.